The broadcast warned us to stay out of the basement, but running away was our first mistake. At exactly 10:31 p.m., our phones buzzed with a violent, jarring tone. Emergency alert, do not enter underground structures. Stay above ground until the all clear. My husband Luke and I stared at each other. Our 5-year-old daughter Grace was already asleep upstairs. Maybe a gas leak, he muttered. Radon? I ran up to check on Grace. She was breathing softly. Totally fine. But when I came back down, Luke was glued to the television. The screen was a flat, dead black, pixelated white letters jittering across the top. Do not enter underground structures. We need to leave, I whispered. We can drive to my mom's house. Luke flicked through the channels. CNN, local broadcast, national news. Nothing, just standard political drivel. The alert was only on our local emergency frequency. I searched Google. No results. I texted a neighbor from down the street. No reply. Panicking, I grabbed some heavy postal tape and sealed the cracks around our basement door. If it was gas, I didn't want it bleeding into the house. Within 10 minutes, we packed a duffel bag, loaded our food into a cooler, and carried a sleeping Grace to the car. The night was chillingly clear. The street was entirely dead. No headlights, no moving neighbors. Just a lone dog barking in the distance. I threw our bags into the back hatch, and we pulled out of the driveway. We were 5 miles out of town when my phone buzzed again. Another alert. Your phone's GPS indicates you are leaving city limits. We do not recommend evacuating. Return home and stay above ground. What the hell? I whispered. It was tracking our physical location. The highway ahead of us was completely empty. Not a single car in sight. We drove past a charred, barren patch of forest. A section of woods recently burnt to the ground. Then my phone buzzed a third time. It wasn't an alert. It was a text from my neighbor. 2 words. What alert? My hands started shaking. Luke, what if the alerts were only sent to our phones? That's crazy, he said, trying to calm me down. It's just a gas leak. What if it's a trap? I cried. What if the only safe place was our basement? I stared out the window at the charred pine trees passing by in the darkness. And then, one of the trees moved. The car brakes screeched violently. My body lurched forward, the seatbelt locking hard against my chest. Sorry, Luke choked out, his voice dying in his throat. A deer just darted, but it wasn't a deer. Illuminated in our bright high beams were a pair of legs, thin, spindly, ending in twisted, elongated toes instead of hooves. They extended up, vanishing into the pitch black sky. Beyond the reach of our headlights, it towered over the car, a massive, skeletal structure of crisscrossing bones and stilted wood. As it stared down at us, a wave of intense dizziness washed through my brain. The entire world seemed to tilt on its axis. An immense, crushing weight pressed down on my skull. Whack! Something slammed into the side of our car with terrifying force, rocking the frame onto 2 wheels. I screamed. Pressed flat against my passenger window was a chaotic mess of lines, dried skin, and bones, blocking out the stars. Luke stomped on the accelerator. The tires roared. We swerved violently around the towering thing, racing down the twisting highway. Suddenly, our phones buzzed one last time. Emergency alert. All clear. Please return home immediately.